It's Christmas time, and lots of people are out there right now experiencing the magic of friendship, family, and a true winter wonderland. Running around in the snow, building a snowman, having snowball fights, there's so much to be enjoyed at this time of year. So you know what? I have no business being in this room today. That's right, we're going to be going outside to get a taste of what winter has to offer so we can really get into the Christmas spirit and... Shit, I live in the South, don't I? Hey, listen man, I'm in deep trouble right now. I need a Christmas game to play or else I'm gonna get bullied by YouTube comments. Like, I told them I have snow, I don't have snow, you need to help me out here. What can I do?
Garfield cart.
I'll f***ing kill you.
Can't when I'm playing Garfield cart.
Well, that wasn't any help. Okay, give me something that'll make me feel these warm Christmas feelings. No. Wait, what's this? Alright, you'll have to do. It looks like we lucked out today, because Persona 4 Golden does indeed have a winter section that wasn't present in the original. There's a very specific aspect of this new content that I've been saving for December, but before we get to that, let me provide some context. Also, I'm going to stay away from major spoilers, but given the nature of this video, you're going to be seeing a lot of late game footage, so proceed with caution. Persona 4 is a game about many things. It's a murder mystery in a peaceful town in the country, it's a coming of age story for a group of teens, and it's about summoning alternate personalities to fight for you through turn-based combat. The mainline games have a lot in common with each other when it comes to the themes they explore in their stories, but each one focuses on certain parts more than others. Persona 4, for example, puts much more emphasis on friendship and family than the games that came before or after it, and the sleepy town of Inaba is the perfect catalyst for this kind of intimate storytelling. Smaller spaces are used in stories to make it easier for people to connect to a fictional world. There aren't very many places to explore, but that just means the important memories you associate with the town are more concentrated. The hill overlooking Inaba seems like a relatively pointless location, but it's where you saw the fireworks festival, where you had your part-time job as a daycare worker, and where you forged unbreakable bonds with multiple characters. The more time in these distinct locations you spend, the more familiar they become, and the more they feel like home. I've walked through Tokyo many times over the course of multiple Persona 5 playthroughs, but if you handed me a pen and paper and asked me to draw out a map of Shibuya's shopping district or god forbid Shujin Academy, I couldn't do it. Inaba, however, is so ingrained in my memory that I could draw you a map of it blindfolded. This town does such a good job of setting the stage for Persona 4, but a town can only do so much for the themes of the game. Most of that slack is picked up by the characters living in it. Yosuke, Chie, Kanji, Naoto, Yukiko, Teddy, Rise, Dojima, Nanako, and so many others will take up your time during your stay in Inaba. So often is it said that Persona 4 has exceptional characters that truly feel like real friends, that even the people who think the game is proof that God has abandoned us will concede that this is the case. I'm obviously a part of this camp too, as I hold this group in higher regard than any other role-playing party I've encountered. It's something about the way they banter with each other, the way they share their realistic problems, and the way they try to pick each other up. When you've developed a good number of close relationships of your own, it becomes pretty easy to tell how close a group of on-screen characters are. The other Persona games come very close to hitting the mark, but it's hard to shake the feeling that some of these characters are only hanging around each other because they've been pushed together by common circumstances. Persona 4's cast, on the other hand, genuinely feels like a tight-knit group of friends. A team with bonds as close as a loving family, and what's more is the game actively tries to include the player in it. Yu Narukami, when he's not being the lady-killing deadpan comedian that he is a husk for the player to breathe life into with their choices. You name him, pick what he says, choose what he does every day, you become this character. These layers of choice are designed to make the player feel like they're participating in an active friend group rather than just looking in from the outside. When characters laugh at the jokes you tell or share personal secrets with you, they aren't just building a connection with the main character, they're attempting to build a connection with you. I believe that Persona 4 has succeeded from a narrative perspective if it makes you develop a personal attachment to its characters, their stories, and this town. That's definitely what happened to me, and it always makes me happy when I see new people come into the game and experience the same things I did. But as I'm sure you're aware, all good things must come to an end. It's the day after New Year's. The case is solved, the temperature is lowering, and you have 2 in-game months until you go back home. A change in the year from 2011 to 2012 brings with it a distinct change in tone. You go outside to greet all the friends you made last year, and you learn that this game is going to spend its final hours making you painfully aware that it's about to end. This is where the song Snowflakes plays for the first time. You're going to hear it around town, at school, and while you're navigating menus, so it's best you get used to it. The instrumentation was carefully crafted to evoke the somber feelings of winter, and the lyrics strike any player who formed a special bond with this game with the cold reality that the curtain is slowly lowering. They fondly look back on how far you've come as a distinct layer of melancholy looms above the words, as if the singer herself is seconds away from breaking down. The rest of the game refuses to cut you any slack either. Characters come to talk to you one-on-one for the final time as they all express their gratitude for meeting you, and they share how much they've grown since you first came to know them. Text boxes will appear after classes to remind you to make memories with your friends while you still have time. And when finals roll around, the game is all too eager to tell you this is the last test you'll be taking at this school. It's difficult to describe the feelings this bittersweet atmosphere gave both me and countless other players, because it's the payoff to 60 to 70 hours of time spent getting invested in the game. No matter how much I think about it, the level of attachment I had to these characters, which is what makes this moment so special, is nothing short of irrational. But that's just a sign of remarkable storytelling, isn't it? Only with the medium of video games can a person suspend their disbelief to the degree where a change in music makes them genuinely believe they're about to say goodbye to a real friend. The way the song inserts itself into the game without prior warning is too perfect. It was deliberately designed to catch players off guard and snap them out of their state of bliss. I will say it's definitely what caught my attention the most, and it stuck with me so much that even well over a year later, I still remember the chills I felt when it first played, pun intended. So, why do all this? Just to farm some emotional brownie points before the game sends itself off? Well, I wouldn't be talking about this part at all if it only existed for some cheap manipulation. I said in the beginning of this video that Persona 4 is a game about many things. Building upon the themes of friendship and family which we already discussed, this game is also about growth, change, and moving forward in life. These themes were in the original version of the game. What with the whole, "No, you're not me" thing that happened in every dungeon acting as the starting point. The tremendous growth each character experiences after facing their shadows is continued through their social links. Snowflakes takes this theme one step further by throwing it back at the player. The game goes out of its way to constantly remind you of two things. First, your journey is almost over, and second, the people you forged bonds with have all changed for the better thanks to meeting you. It's as if the game is saying you've seen how everyone you know has grown since you've met them, so what about you? What are you going to take away from this game when it's all over? Could it be a renewed sense of appreciation for the people in your life? A resolve to push through tough times even if things seem hopeless or pointless? Or maybe you've gained some confidence after coming to the understanding that everyone is just as insecure about themselves as you are. Whatever it may be, Persona 4 wants you to walk away from it better than when you first came to it, and the way its snow-coated extra content was implemented reinforces this to an astounding degree.
In any case, you've changed over this past year. You've got a man's face now.
I'm sure most of you are already aware of this, but this game came out on Steam a few months back, which is why I held back on spoilers for this video, so go play it if you haven't. Persona 4 Golden is my favorite game, period, and the upgraded resolution plus all the extra options make this the definitive version by a long shot. The fact that this game is now immortalized in time thanks to Steam rescuing it from this rotting corpse of a video game system cannot make me happier. And since I've successfully staved off all negative comments by talking about something wintry for Christmas. The only thing I want to see down there are your own personal stories with this game. Or just write whatever you want, I'm not your dad. Alright, Merry Christmas everyone, see you guys next time. Like, comment, subscribe, or I'm gonna steal all your presents, all of them. I'll eat them.